Alert fatigue is real. When your monitors fire during scheduled maintenance, off hours, or on clusters you're not watching, the noise buries the alerts that actually matter. Groundcover's monitor silencer lets you suppress those alerts on your terms, whether that's a one-time window or a recurring daily or weekly schedule. Set it once and your team only gets paged when it counts, so the signal stays sharp and no one's chasing alerts they already knew about. Let's take a look at the monitor silencer for reoccurring events in groundcover. Anytime you create a monitor in groundcover, you've always had the ability to do one-time silencing. So if you have a particular matcher that you had in your particular case, perhaps it was a specific alert, or maybe it's a specific team where those alerts need to be silenced, or maybe you have a test cluster that is always being ignored. You can create the monitor or create the silencer so that if any monitor that goes off within this test cluster, the will just match this, and it will block it and make it so that it won't work. However, in many cases, users may want to silence the monitor for reoccurring events. So as an example, maybe on a daily basis, you want to silence any alerts past maybe 8. In this case, I think this would be anything past 8 p.m. or 20, then we can leave that silencer on until 8 a.m. So this would be midnight. And then here you would finish it off by going to 0. Then you would go to, let's say, 8 a.m. Great, now we've created this schedule. And what this does is anytime there's a matcher of maybe a particular cluster. So in my case, maybe I want to do my demo account as an example. So I pick cluster, I could do shop IQ, and I want make it so that if any of my alerts that fire at that particular time between 8 to 8 a.m. every day, they'll be silenced. Now here what you'll see is all the affected monitors that would be going off at that particular schedule. You can see the 29 issues at will be firing for those on a daily basis. Now if you want to have particular rules for a weekly basis, you also have that option to do that as well. So as the example, maybe you have particular monitors that you only want to go off on the weekend. What you would do is you would set it so that every day throughout the week you would just be silencing those alarms. You could just have it all day for those particular events, or maybe there's a specific time frame that you care about. As an example, maybe Friday after 6 p.m. you'd want the monitor to fire. Let's set that up. So we place the time from 18 to midnight. Now you can silence the alarm so it doesn't go off on Friday. And then conversely, you could change it so you can order it so that your monitors would only go off on the weekend or only go off during the week. So in my case, for my demo app, I would want to only have it go off on the weekdays, and we can see the affected issues, or rather the active issues would be caught by this particular monitor. So if I added more matchers, as an example, a monitor name, I could put in wildcard events here. I can do star and type latency, and what I get back contains the word latency as an example. Now this monitor silencer would pick up all the monitors that have the word latency in them. I hope you enjoyed this quick demo of monitor silencers in groundcover.